Whcr 90.3 FM, New York.
Against their sisters and brothers, yes. That is not the way that it's supposed to be. No, no. We were meant to live in peace and harmony. There are so many old moons and skies keeping us apart. It's time for healing. It's time for healing. Oh, yeah. Pride, but pain is a sickness that is hard to cover, and it's the reason we mistreat each other. Yeah, that is not the way that it's supposed to be. Oh no, we were meant to live in peace and harmony.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen, peace and harmony. That is what we are meant to live in. My name is Maurice, Shelby, and you're listening to the one and only Health in Harlem on Whcr 90.3 FM, New York, the voice of Harlem. And I know you missed that beautiful bass voice that my man Sean Shivers has. And ladies and gentlemen, the man is taking a break for the night, so you have me. But we have wonderful guests from Harlem Hospital and the Renaissance Healthcare Network. We have Miss Mary Pegues. She's a physician assistant. And we also have Duvenki Azor, and I got to give you a shout out real quick. My man is a graduate of the SUNY Downstate Physician Assistant Program, and he is in the house, professional as ever, and he's here to represent and share some wonderful information with us. And ladies and gentlemen, they are both from the Renaissance School-Based Health Centers of Harlem Hospital, and we're going to be talking about the comprehensive pediatric services that they provide in these schools. And we're also going to talk about some common pediatric illnesses that we see typically in the winter as we're getting ready for that season. So welcome to the show, y'all.
Thank you
for having us.
All right. So can you explain, just talk to us a little bit about what you do in the school-based health centers, because I think this is a real unique program, a really unique department, in that you're going to the place where the kids are to make sure that they're getting the services that they need. So tell us about this program.
This is true, Maurice, and I want to thank you for having us here this evening. The Renaissance School-Based Health Centers provides comprehensive pediatric medical services within 10 public schools in Central Harlem. We are in 8 elementary schools and 2 high schools. And we provide the actual comprehensive services, the same types of services that you might get in a physician's office or in one of your community-based health centers. We provide comprehensive physical exams that include urinalysis and blood works. We provide immunizations. We see children that are sick that may come to school and get sick, or sometimes even are sick when they reach school. And we are able to provide them with medical services, prescriptions, and some medicines right there on the spot. We also manage chronic illnesses like asthma and diabetes. We provide a litany of immunizations, and we try to provide as much comprehensive medical services for our pediatric clients as possible. You might say that we have our pulse on the pediatric population that services our school in Central Harlem.
Okay, so this is really, really wonderful. And
Yes,
how many
it is.
schools are you in currently?
We're in 8 schools
8 schools throughout Harlem. All
in
right.
Central Harlem.
In Central Harlem. And what is the feedback that you get from parents? Because I feel like if I was a parent, sometimes you got to take time off from work, or you get that phone call that your child isn't doing too well, and then you have to pick them up and take them somewhere else to be treated or examined, or whatever services they need. So this is like really killing. Well, I don't like using this on this show. I don't like using this phrase, but killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You get everything done in one shot.
Yes, you are right. But let me start for telling you thank you for having us on your show. Okay,
And it's our pleasure.
And you're doing a fabulous job. I know we go way back to downstate. It's kind of great seeing you again. And again, we're very convenient for the parents, because after all, we do work with their primary care doctors, right? And we do keep in touch with them to basically get a better grasp of their conditions, and especially those with chronic condition like diabetes and asthma. Yes. We follow up with the diabetics every day before lunchtime. I actually have 2 on my school. And they usually come around lunchtime to check their blood sugars. And if something is off the wall, I will call their primary care physician to talk to them and to see what's going on. And we're also very good because, say, if the parent is trying to get a physical exam and they have to book an appointment with the primary care physician, it could take months, 2-3 months, for them to actually see the doctor. So whereas if they come to us, we could book them and see them tomorrow or the following week, which is very good. So yeah.
So what makes me really excited is that in recent years we've seen that first, right, in terms of universal health care and access to regular health care and health services, it started mainly with the children and some of the federal acts that were enacted and also statewide to make sure that every child has access to regular healthcare services when needed, right? And now we have, of course, the Affordable Care Act in action right now, and that's going to open the door for even more people, especially adults and seniors later in life. But this, you talk about expanding access to care. This is like amazing because, as you said, now parents don't have to wait to take their children to pediatricians, their primary care physicians, because this is done on site in the schools. Now, my question is, why isn't this happening everywhere? Is this an experiment? And what are the results that you're seeing? Because if it's successful, which I imagine it to be successful, especially when dealing with children with chronic illnesses such as asthma and diabetes, as you've mentioned, why not? And I know this is a funding issue, but is there potential to expand these programs to other schools?
Well, actually, the school-based health centers is a nationwide initiative.
Okay.
They actually began in the 1960s with Dr. Cadet. Initially, they began as doing maintenance, heights and weights, and vision and hearing screening. And since that time, in about the 1970s, they branched out and started to incorporate more aspects of medical care for children. And now we've reached a plateau where we're actually providing comprehensive medical services. There are about 200 school-based health centers in New York City alone. And in New York State, alone. So yes, it's pretty widespread and scattered about. You may not know about it because you might be older than the age of when they started putting them in there. For example, I don't like to say this, but when I was a young girl, they had a school nurse, which are very good. They can do the heights and weights and triage and such, but not the comprehensive services that we provide now. So the older ones of us are not accustomed to having school-based comprehensive services there.
Yes.
But they are around. Central Harlem is one spot. Other organizations within Manhattan and Harlem also provides school-based health centers as well.
Okay. And are these school-based health centers, Central Harlem, we're dealing with a number of serious issues in terms of the asthma rates here, probably the highest in the country. And even in terms of obesity, childhood obesity and diabetes are pretty high. So they necessarily concentrating these health centers in places that are high-risk areas?
Yes, we do try to provide these services in the high-risk areas. In fact, our sister, the Morrisania School-Based Health Centers, provides medical services, comprehensive services in the Bronx, in the Morrisania area. So yes, we are scattered out. All
right. And do children maybe that are not in health centers or places where they have access to certain services, are they maybe brought to these places before maybe going to a hospital or an emergency room? Not an emergency, because I know in extreme cases we need to be in the emergency room, but let's say a child just has a complaint, a mild complaint, something that's not emergent, but something that needs to be dealt with. Will they be taken to a health center in their area? Yeah. Or a school health center.
Yeah, and that's why it's so great. Like we don't have to flood our hospital ERs, which should be used for major medical issues and problems. So they are able to come to our health clinic in the school, and we address it directly. And whether we need to get in touch with the parent or their primary care physician, we're able to do that from our office. So again, that's why it's very good.
And I'd like to piggyback on that. The fact that we're in the school allows the children of that school, that particular school, to utilize our services. And there is no out-of-pocket expense for using our services. Any child can come and take advantage of the medical services that we provide. And parents don't have to worry about having a copay or paying money or anything like that. We will provide services, excuse me. We will provide services to all children that that go to the school, that are in the school, and it doesn't matter if a kid is sick or whatever the problem might be. What we can't provide for them there, we will certainly work with their primary care provider to get the services they need. And if they don't have a primary provider, we will try to we will get them a primary care provider. If they don't have insurance, let's say they just recently moved here from out of the country or something like that, we will help to get them insurance.
Sweet.
So we advocate for our kids. We provide medical service for our kids. We're here to provide services for the parents, and we do whatever we can to keep our kids healthy.
All right, and I would imagine that because I see the Renaissance in the name, so you're affiliated with the Renaissance Healthcare Network, and which means you have instant access to the primary care physicians, the pediatricians, and other health professionals there, but also at Harlem Hospital as well, right?
That's correct.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Health in Harlem on WHCR 90.3 FM New York. We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
WHCR 90.3 FM New York.
Are you a singer, a musician, or a producer? Are you looking to record a demo, a song, or an entire album? This is Angela Harden, General Manager of WHCR 90.3 FM, and I'm excited to tell you that you no longer have to travel all the way downtown to record your project. WHCR offers a state-of-the-art recording studio with an experienced engineer. Our studio is affordably priced and conveniently located in the heart of Harlem, right here on the campus of City College. For rates and information, please call 212-650-7147. That's 212-650-7147. Harlem has its own radio station and its own recording studio.
If you know the symptoms and get the facts, you'll know the signs of a heart attack. Women, listen to me, and when I'm done, if it sounds familiar, call 911.
Pain in your neck, chest,
Arms or jaw,
shortness of breath.
please tell us more. Cold sweats and nausea, tiredness,
It's time to take it
serious. Back pain, stomach pain, shortness of breath, cold sweats, nausea, dizziness. If you know the symptoms and heed the signs, you'll be around for a long, long time. Women, listen to me, and when I'm done, if any sound familiar, call 911.
Learn a song that could save your life. Get a free download at womenshealth.gov/heart attack.
Women, listen to me, and when I'm done, if any sound familiar, call 911. If any sound familiar, call 911.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
911.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Welcome back to Health in Harlem, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maurice Shelby, and tonight we have with us from Harlem Hospital, Miss Mary Pegues, and we have Duvenki Azor. They are both physician assistants, and they work with the Renaissance school-based health centers at Harlem Hospital. And we're talking about the comprehensive pediatric services that they provide right there inside the schools, day in and day out. Now, getting back to our conversation, actually, before we get back to our conversation, I want to give out the number to anyone in the listening audience that wishes to call in with any questions, comments, or concerns. The number to the studio is 212-650-6903. That's 212-650-6903. I was about to give out the old number for a second, but force of habit. But yes, 212-650-6903 if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Now, back to what we were talking about earlier. There are, as we acknowledged, a number of chronic conditions that are afflicting children all throughout Harlem, and not even just here, but we're talking about throughout the country, right? And management of these things can be very complicated, and especially in the school setting can actually interfere with a child's ability to learn, which is huge. So how do you manage these conditions within the schools? And I imagine it to be a challenge dealing with children in their element as opposed to at a traditional hospital or a clinic setting elsewhere. So how do you deal with this dynamic in the schools from day to day?
We usually have our regulars, okay, and those are the students we see every day with chronic conditions, mostly asthmatics and diabetics.
Mm-hmm.
And particularly our students with diabetes, we usually see them every day before they go to lunch to check their blood sugars to make sure that it's okay. We check it, and if they need insulin, we provide it. Okay, and if there's anything abnormal or if it's too high, we could get in touch with their primary care doctors who are overseeing their diabetes to let them know, like, hey, it's very high today. It's 300 or it's 200 something, and we could either ask them for advice or what should we do,
Mm-hmm.
or we could basically tell them to make an appointment with this child to go over their condition, and also what else?
You know, in our community, there are a lot of children with asthma, and the incidence of asthma has risen each year.
Mm-hmm.
And asthma is a very serious chronic disease. We still have people who die with asthma every day. And we'd like to stamp out asthma. One of the ways we'd like to do that is through something called an asthma action plan. And this is a plan that is developed by the primary care provider, the kid's primary care provider. And we'd like to work with them to carry those plans out. And in instances where children do not have a primary care provider, we would develop an action plan, an asthma action plan for the child based on their symptomatology.
Gotcha.
We have the ability to to treat kids acutely through nebulizer machines. We also have some medications in our clinics. We have medical suites inside the public schools where we provide these services. So we do have some inhalers on board for kids who may not, who may have forgotten their asthma pump and they might have an asthma attack.
Yes.
And as you well know, when the weather tends to change, it acts as a trigger for
Yes.
a lot of our children with asthma. So that now that we're in the fall, and as we have our cool, dry air, we have more children presenting to the school-based clinic for treatment of their asthma. So we become pretty proficient in treating asthma. And what we'd like to do is get our kids to the point that their asthma is controlled and that they know what to do. That when they first feel the signs of the asthma attack coming on, that they will use their inhaler or they will use their rescue meds or whatever their treatment might call for on their asthma action plan. We also work with other organizations within the community that provide services for asthma children. There is the AIR, and it used to be the Asthma Initiative, but their name has changed now to AIR. And unfortunately, I can't think of what the initials are. They just changed the name about a week or so ago.
Oh,
so
okay,
forgive me.
brand new. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
so forgive me for not remembering. But they're very good advocates. They actually go to the homes and they provide pillows and vacuum cleaners and education in an effort to quell the number of attacks that a child has. And there are other collaborations that we have with organizations where we can connect the families and the children so that we can get the very best care for our kids through the school-based health centers. And that's what we ultimately like to do.
Yes.
In addition to that, we work with the after-school programs, and we provide healthcare education and workshops for parents.
Amazing.
Every so often we get an illness that comes around. A couple of years ago, it was the H1N1 flu, and we made ourselves available for parents and teachers and staff and students to try to educate everyone on the consequences of the H1N1 flu and why you might want to get an immunization for it, what it is, what it doesn't do, da-da-da. Another time there was a big push about what's this MRSA going around. Kids are getting
yes.
this MRSA infections. And so we provide education on that.
Yes.
Not too long ago, there was an influx of bed bugs. And parents were concerned about, will my kid get bed bugs if they go to school? What if another child has a bed bug? Will my kid get it? So there are a lot of different health issues that arise in the course of the school year that parents as well as children might have questions about, and we're readily available to provide educational sessions and workshops to quell some of their concerns and to help out in that way.
Wow. And one thing that I noticed as well is, in addition to you being there to help the children manage their illnesses, especially the chronic ones, I would imagine that they're learning how to deal with these issues as well. And as you said, you meet with them every day on a daily basis before lunch or before their meals so that they can check their sugar. And they probably get accustomed to this, like, I have to be very aware of my blood sugar. And also, later in life, this is probably something that they're going to practice, very, very carefully as they grow older. And the same thing with the asthma, knowing how to use the inhaler, knowing when they might be, reaching that point where they're going to have an attack. All of this stuff is teaching them as well. So I think it's excellent.
Yeah, let's not forget, kids are like very smart. They're basically little smart adults.
True story.
Little people.
Little people. They're just little. So they learn very fast. They like I said, my few students who have diabetes, they come in every day on time. They take out their a device. They check their blood sugars. Like I'm there to supervise, but they're able to do it themselves.
Function on their own. That's
they're
amazing.
able to function on their own. I'm like, you could be a surgeon. Like that's how smart this girl is. So again, we just have to make sure we teach them the proper routines and how to go about things, how to make sure they clean their hands.
Yes.
Okay. Wash their hands.
Especially now, yes, with the flu and stuff going around. And I'm glad you brought that up. Is that you're saying that to them, or thinking that you could be a surgeon, or they see you though every day as a professional taking good care of them, and they appreciate that. And I'm quite sure there's some of them that are thinking, oh, maybe I could get into this at some point in the future. This is especially seeing you as a black man, professional, a black woman, professional in there taking care of business. This is amazing. And also, and I'm glad you mentioned the fact that we underestimate our children a lot of times in terms of what they can understand and how they can manage themselves and what they can teach us. And we know through programs like the Hip Hop Stroke program that Dr. Williams runs is that these children they can act on information that they learn because they've been quite a few lives that have been saved because children recognize people having a stroke either in their homes or on the street, and they knew how to act and call 911 and what to say. And also they can teach us in terms of what we need to do to avoid tragedies like that altogether. So these things and even combined with the workshops that you're doing for the parents, I'm guessing that we're seeing benefits all around the household as a whole. And is there any research, or how is the progress being charted?
Well, we don't research our kids.
Makes
what
sense.
we do is we actually just we provide the services. There are, however, some diseases that we see more often than maybe the other populations. We tend to have a higher incidence of asthma that we see. We see a higher incidence of colds right now. And as the weather changes and winter starts to come, let's talk about some of the diseases that we see. So we see asthma, we see colds, we get some gastroenteritis, which might be associated with the rotavirus, which we have immunization.
So you'll see tummy aches, nausea, and vomiting.
Aches and the vomiting and diarrhea.
Stomach flu.
But you might. Some people could refer to that as that. We get kids complaining of sore throats, and not every sore throat is a strep throat, but we do have the ability to do throat cultures to determine whether or not their sore throat is a strep throat. We get kids with conjunctivitis or eye infections. That's kind of common. A pink eye.
Got you.
We do get ringworm sometimes. We get anything that you might see in a regular pediatrician's office. We'll see that here in our school-based clinic. But when children come to the clinic, they're able to come by themselves. So if they don't feel good, they can come and tell the teacher, well, can I go to the clinic? And the teacher will give them permission to come. So they can come themselves with whatever problem they might have. And our environment isn't as threatening as going to a hospital or into as sterile as a doctor's office. It doesn't feel the same to the kid because they're in school, and school is associated with being a safe environment.
Yes.
It feels a lot different for them coming to the school-based clinic than it does when they go to see a doctor.
Got you.
In a doctor's office. And that's not to criticize a doctor's office, because we've worked there as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. But kids themselves associate different things, and they have different triggers that make them afraid. And they're less afraid because they see us every day. And I think they know what we do, but it's a little more user friendly for them. And we like that too.
And they're in their element, basically.
Right, exactly right. They're in their element, and they tend to come to us. And the parents know that we're there. So parents that don't have enough time, because usually they're rushing to get the kids together, get them to school, and get to work too.
Yes.
We can talk to them in the morning when they drop the kids off if they have any concerns. We're there in the afternoon if they want to talk to us in the evening. We're very approachable, where they might not have that approachability somewhere else. With us, they're able to come in
That's
and just
right.
talk to us directly without necessarily having an appointment. So our availability is tremendous, and I think it's a big plus for us, and that's why school-based health centers are able to reach out to the community at front line, because that's where we are, and we're very comfortable being there.
Yes, I can tell. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Health in Harlem on WHCR 90.3 FM New York. We're going to take another break, but remember, you can call us at 212-650-6903. That's 212-650-6903 if you have any questions, comments, or concern. And I know there's some shy individuals out there. You might not want to hear your voice on the radio. So you know what? I'll do you a favor. One time only, you can call in, ask me the question, and then I'll relay that, because I know some people are like, I don't want to be on the radio. Anyway, we'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Man Up in Harlem is a by men for men ministry that focuses on creating positive changes in the Harlem community through prayer and community service. The group hosts a men's empowerment hour every Wednesday at 7 p.m. in the Polo Grounds House and Community Room, and a weekly prayer walk every Thursday morning in several locations. At the prayer walk, members pray together in a football-style huddle about community issues. Man Up in Harlem's slogan is "Don't talk about it, be about it." If you'd like to join a prayer walk, meet at 6 a.m. at the 155th subway station for the Polo Grounds House Walk, or at the Dunkin' Donuts at 126 in Amsterdam for the Grand House Walk. For more information, please check out www.manupharlem.org.
Hi, I'm Vinny B of the Vinny B Showcase. Tune in every Thursday from 8 to 12 midnight for some solid cultural roots music and some sweet lovers rock. Also, informative interviews and giveaways. Right here on the Vinny B Showcase every Thursday, 8 through 12 midnight on WHCR 90.3 FM. Peace.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Broken homes and families struggle to survive. Children of abuse fight to stay alive. Shattered relationships, no one tries to say. Misunderstandings taken to the grave. People are hurting deep down inside, trying not to show it because of foolish pride. But pain is a sickness that is hard to cover, and it's the reason we mistreat each other. Yeah.
Welcome back to Health in Harlem, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maurice Shelby. And you would have heard Sean Shivers. Now, let me start out right. Usually he's right there to bring us in, but he's actually at the community board meeting for Harlem Hospital right now. That's why he couldn't make it, unfortunately. But he will be here next week. Sean Shivers, a part of the Health in Harlem family. So we want to give him a shout out. We love that man, even though he couldn't make it here tonight, but he will be here next week. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have Miss Mary Pegues and Duvenki Azor, Mr. Duvenki Azor, and we're talking about the Renaissance school-based health centers at Harlem Hospital and how they provide comprehensive pediatric services within New York City public schools. And one thing we were talking about earlier in the show was the management of chronic diseases and how you deal with this in the schools. And you brought up an excellent point during our break, Mr. Azor, in that, you know, there's a lot of things, a lot of issues that lead children to miss school on a regular basis. I can testify to that fact. Growing up with asthma, there was a lot of days where I couldn't go and I would miss whole weeks of school because of this illness. But So how do you deal with that and keep children in their seats in school?
Again, this goes to the point that some kids, like if they're not feeling good or they have basic things like seasonal allergies, like they feel their eyes are dry or gets red, they stay home. Like firsthand, I had a friend way back in high school who, like, he just wouldn't come to school most days just because of his allergies was so bad. In our school we had a nurse office, but he used to go, but it wasn't really do much for him because they didn't really have treatment.
Yes.
So I was thinking, like, wow, imagine if this was in every school. Like that would make a big difference in students like him. So again, say if your kids are not feeling well, they have allergies, like, don't be scared. If we have the clinic in the school, the Renaissance, you just bring them to school and we could treat them there, and that will basically cut back on them being absent, and they would learn more and excel like every other student. So yeah.
That's right.
And I'd like to piggyback on that. I don't know how I didn't get this out there before, but the School-Based Health Center also provides a litany of counseling services. We have a social worker every day that's on board that sees children, and we offer mental health services for our children. We also have dental services. There is a dental van that can provide screenings and education to our kids, and can provide dental services at Renaissance Healthcare Network, particularly Sydenham. We also provide reproductive services for our teenagers who may need those services, and those services are provided right there at the clinic.
Yes.
And we provide crisis intervention. As you know, we've been having a lot of violence in our community, and the incident tends to rise during the summer months.
That's right. Yeah.
And when violence happens, it impacts everyone. Recently, we had a young girl, she was 13 years old, who was shot to death. And it was very painful. And the incident occurred like a day or two before standardized testing. So the children really had a lot to deal with in terms of their emotions and trying to get things together and prepare for the standardized tests.
Yes.
And we provided crisis intervention by providing mental health services. So when the need arises, we're able to reach out to resources that we have through Renaissance and through Harlem to provide whatever the child and the family might need at that particular time. And even now, with the working with the Harlem Hospital, there is a nonviolence committee.
That's right.
And that they actually held a program today for teenagers today to talk about how to make headway and how to decrease retaliation in terms of violence, because we're losing too many children to the streets right now, and we'd like to do something about that.
Yes.
So we'd like to really continue to provide our services, and our community needs the services. So we're very happy with that, and we look forward to continuing to provide the services, in whatever capacity we can.
All right. And going back to the reproductive services,
yes.
Now that could be a real controversial issue for some parents, some people out there, and what is what is the feedback been? What have you heard from parents? Maybe what are the opinions of people on that?
Well, we have not heard any negative feedback from parents. We do we asked children to discuss their reproductive plans with their parents. We're not trying to take the place of the parents.
Got you.
We always try to gently guide kids to their parents so that they can get guidance and they can have their parents to talk to and use as a resource. However, we do know that some kids are going to be sexually active no matter what.
True.
And we try to protect the children, and we try to educate them on consequences and sexually transmitted diseases. And we try to stress abstinence to the extent that we can. But there are instances where we're not able to do that, and kids are going to be sexually active. Excuse me. And in those cases, we try to provide them with contraceptives, condoms, birth control pills, or whatever works best for them. But our first goal is to stress abstinence and to stress relationships and understanding who you are and discussion with your parents and getting support. So it's not that when kids just come in and say, well, I'm interested in having sex, and we say, okay, here you go, here's some birth control. No, we don't do it that way.
All right, thank you.
We want to educate you. We want you to understand this is a big step when you're talking about having sex. A lot of things come from having sex. It's not just having sex. And so we'll sit down, we'll talk to you, we'll explain to you about the different sexually transmitted diseases. We'll talk to you about what it means to be sexually active. And again, we'll try to stress to children that you should try abstinence first. And the contraception is used as a last resort when kids are not going to stress the abstinence. But yes, we will provide the contraception as needed.
And I'm glad you cleared that up, because I know there might have been some people out there that were like, hold up, wait a second, you doing what in my schools, in my child's school? But, information, that's what this whole thing is about. And there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of misconceptions that people are dealing with, especially young people. And, they're hearing things from their friends. They're hearing things from the media, on the internet. There's all sorts of information out there, and it's not necessarily correct all of the time. So I just want the parents out there to take a look at this and be aware that your child is getting information. And nobody is pushing them in any way, but they're getting information. They're receiving guidance. And, a lot of parents find it difficult to talk about these issues with their children. And through you guys, through your services, they have, I think, a better chance of reaching their children regarding these matters.
Well, the reproductive services are provided only in the high schools. There's no reproductive services in the elementary school. I don't want anybody to think that. None in our elementary schools. So it's only 2 high schools that we have, and reproductive services are provided there. But I'd like to talk a little bit about children and their habits and preparations. We see kids every day, and a day doesn't go by where I don't see a kid who comes to school hungry. And that's okay, because we have breakfast programs in all of the schools now. Since the 1960s, with the help of the Black Panther Party, we've been able to get breakfast programs for our children. And the breakfasts are actually served on school, at site in school. And the breakfasts are very nutritious. They follow federal guidelines where they have a certain amount of protein and a certain amount of carbohydrates and things like that. And it's very nutritious. And kids learn better on a full stomach.
I agree.
When we are hungry, we cannot think. And I don't know. I personally become an animal when I'm hungry. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to. Don't even look at me. Don't even look at me when I'm hungry. And kids are that way too. We've always heard the old adage when they're taking a standardized test. Make sure you get a good night's sleep. Bring a number 2 pencil and eat a good breakfast. Well, if eating a good breakfast is going to help Johnny to score higher on a standardized test, it will certainly help him to be better prepared and do well every day in school. So for parents that might be rushed, some mornings we all are rushed some mornings. Feel free to let your child come to the school to eat breakfast. The breakfasts are actually pretty good.
And the guidelines recently changed at the federal level to make sure that these lunches are more nutritious.
They're healthier. And in some schools, they actually have chefs where they prepare a variety of meals. And so I want to encourage parents to let your children come and eat the healthy breakfast. And now they have breakfast even in the classroom. In some schools, it's just for pre-K, but other schools have tried the breakfast in the classroom, and the attendance has gone up tremendously. The attendance is close to 100%. Kids are never late. They develop a very good relationships with their peers and their teachers, and they actually prefer it, because when you're sometimes in a large cafeteria as a kid, if you're shy, you can get lost in the sauce.
That's true.
I mean, it's loud, it's not personal, it could be kind of frightening. But when you're in the classroom with your teacher and it's just a handful of kids there and you're all eating together, you feel better.
It's a
I mean,
more protected.
even when you go
friends.
out to dinner, you feel better. If there's something about food and sitting down in a quiet environment that tends to help everything to be a lot easier.
Yes.
And the same thing happens with kids, as DeVinci was saying. They're just little people. They have their own feelings and their ideas and their view of the world. And sometimes it's right and sometimes it's not. But a lot of times it's darn funny. It's really funny. It's just nice to hear them and refreshing to see the way that they think.
That is
so,
right.
I just want to remind parents that that is available at the schools. And I'd also like to speak about the breakfast in the program and preparedness.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll get back to that. We're going to take our last break for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Health in Harlem on WHCR 90.3 FM New York. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
WHCR 90.3 FM New York.
Veterans have difficulty transitioning their military skills into civilian jobs. In New York City, an estimated 17,300 veterans are unemployed. Are you a veteran in desperate need of help? Do you want to take advantage of a life-changing opportunity? If so, the 369th Veterans Outreach Program is designed to assist veterans in Harlem and surrounding communities. Veteran services include resume preparation, interview workshops, access to interview attire, and reliable transportation. For more information, call the 369th Veterans Outreach Program at 646-533-9292.
Hi, I'm Vinny B of the Vinny B Showcase. Tune in every Thursday from 8 to 12 midnight for some solid cultural roots music and some sweet lovers rock. Also, informative interviews and giveaways. Right here on the Vinny B Showcase every Thursday, 8 through 12 midnight on WHCR 90.3 FM. Peace.
WHCR 90.3 FM New York.
Welcome back to Health in Harlem, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to talk fast because we only have like 12 and a half minutes left, and time flies so fast when you're having fun, man. Especially when we're having an interesting conversation on top of having fun. That just makes everything super fast. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have Miss Mary Pegues. She's a physician assistant at Harlem Hospital, and we have DeVinci Azor, a physician assistant and also a graduate of SUNY Downstate physician assistant program. I gotta put you out there, man. I'm proud because we were actually students together at Downstate, and now you know you're doing your thing, and it's great, man. It's great.
Yeah, man. So it was great to see people, you know.
Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the Renaissance school-based health centers at Harlem Hospital. And right before we were going to break, Ms. Pegues mentioned that one of the most important things about this program and about keeping our children focused and ready to learn and incorporate all of this information is that they have to be prepared. So can you talk about the preparedness aspect of this program? How do you make sure that children are prepared? How are they ready?
Okay. Well, first of all, it begins at home, right? So the parents have to make sure that the kids are prepared for school. Okay, so the night before, you make sure to get a good night's sleep. Okay, eat a good dinner. You do sleep better on a full stomach. Okay, especially little kids. And kids basically like routine. If you tell them to go sleep at 8, 9 o'clock every night, and you stress it, over time they're gonna just pick it up, and you won't really have to push them to sleep. Okay? And so if you teach them structure and discipline, that's very good because then they'll follow it. Okay, so What else? So just make sure we prepare in the morning. Make sure they wake up, eat breakfast. Just do the same thing every day, and they will learn that very good.
And I think, as we were saying before, they catch on to some of the regular healthy habits that we try to encourage from young. So, like you were saying before, you checking the children with diabetes, checking their sugars on a regular basis, and they catch on to that. And even the parents probably start to catch wind of some of the things that are happening on a daily basis, and the children will probably push them like, Mom, you didn't check my sugar before I ate this stuff, so what's going on here? So you keep the family in check, I think, through this program.
And basically, we try to encourage our children to do the 5-2-1-0 healthy habit routine. That's to have 5 fruits or vegetables each day. No more than 2 hours of television during the week.
Oh,
okay, man. That's old man for adults, but not for kids. They don't need 2 hours of TV and that includes computer time too, screen time. 1 hour of exercise per day, and no sweets, sodas, and the little water juices and the junk foods, the potato chips and things like that. But yes, get them in a routine. Have them take their baths the night before, comb their hair for the little girls the night before. You can wrap it up in a scarf, or we used to use stocking caps in my time. I don't think they still do that now. And encourage them to get their homework done as soon as they come home. And by the way, don't forget to give our children a treat, something to eat, a snack when they come home after school. Usually they can have lunch from any time from 10:30 or 11 o'clock, and they don't eat again until they have dinner, which could be at 6 o'clock. That's a long time. That could be up to 6 hours that a kid goes without eating anything. So when they come home, they should have something, preferably something with protein, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a grilled cheese sandwich, anything with protein in it, cheese and crackers, yogurt, a glass of milk and a sandwich, or if you'd like, a glass of milk with cereal. Cereal is fortified with vitamins and minerals, and that's good because when you're hungry, if you continually eat carbohydrates, have you ever had that feeling where you say, "Oh, I want something, but I don't know what it is." So you eat some potato chips, and you say, "Oh no, I ate that whole bag of potato chips, but I'm still hungry.
Yes.
I need something else. Let me try some of these Oreo cookies." So you eat the Oreo cookies, and it's like, no, that wasn't it. Well, that comes to fix that. What you should do is have some protein. If you have some protein, that will take your satiety away. So you can have some cheese, some peanut butter, some crackers, some milk, some yogurt, and you won't feel that anymore. Okay, because if you keep with the carbohydrates, you'll never figure out what it is you wanted. But if you take the protein, that will take it away. But in addition for being preparedness, those are some things you can do at home. The other thing I wanted to stress is that immunizations are a very important part of pediatrics.
Yes.
And the reason that kids are very healthy is because we prevent them. We can prevent a lot of the diseases that kids that are common in kids through immunization. And that's why it's so important for children to get their immunizations and try to get them on time.
Yes.
They have a proven schedule that's put out by the American Academy of Pediatrics and also the Center for Disease Controls, where children follow a regular schedule of immunizations that they get. We provide these immunizations in the school-based health centers, but we'd like to encourage parents to stay on target with your immunizations and try to get your kids immunized as promptly as possible.
Yes.
Right now, the flu vaccine is available, and we like to give the flu vaccine to as many children as possible because children play very closely to one another. They touch each other. They sneeze in their hands. They take their hands. They take their hands. There's the same hand that they sneezed on, and they grab each other by the face, by the mouth,
playing
and
with
the next
toys
thing you know, playing with toys,
childhood.
everything, and that's how disease is spread. So we can inoculate, we can prevent our children from getting the flu vaccine, or if they are from getting the flu, not the flu vaccine, by giving them the flu vaccine. And sometimes people believe that if you get the flu vaccine, you're going to get the flu anyway. You may get a mild form of the flu, but you will not get the severe forms of the flu. And remember, a flu is not a benign illness. Many people have been have gotten very ill and pneumonia, and some people even die from the flu, particularly the elderly and young babies. So a lot of our children have families at home where they have a little brother and sister.
Yes.
So we want to protect them. So right now we'll be sending consents home and notifying parents that we want to give our children the flu vaccines. And I encourage parents to get the flu vaccines as well.
Yes.
Because you can't take care of a family and yourself very well when you're sick.
True
So
story.
we're about keeping everybody happy and everybody healthy. So we will be giving our flu vaccines. And for those children that are missing vaccines, we'll be notifying you that it's time for to give them the immunizations. And again, we're going to supply these immunizations to you. It's completely free of charge. We get our immunizations from the Vaccines for Children's program, so it's completely free. There's no cost to you. So let us keep your kids healthy and sign your permission and let us give the immunizations to your children and keep them on the right track.
Yes, and we spoke about this last week. We had Dr. Shahnawaz Khan. And, you know, we talked about this and tried to dispel some of the myths associated with the vaccine. And, you know, there are some individuals that are allergic to these vaccines, but it's very, very few, very few. And there are certain things that we do, certain questions we ask to make sure that a person is not allergic to the vaccine. So, and to parents out there that are still skeptical, guess what? It never hurts to ask more questions, right? And so you can call if your child is in one of the school-based health center schools. You have professionals such as Miss Pegues and Mr. Azor as resources. You have 311 as a resource.
That's right.
Online you can go to the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. That's a resource, and there's tons of information out there to arm you with the information so you can make a very wise decision about this. But especially for children with or that are at risk, such as asthmatics, children with cystic fibrosis, you need to be these children need to be vaccinated. So we just want to get the information out there, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're about to wrap up. Unfortunately, my man Vinny B of the Vinny B Showcase is in. He's prepping his stuff right there. He has his music ready. He's getting his deck ready of music. So we're about to close out, but before we go, I want to ask you both, what is the most important message that we need to get across tonight? If there's anything that anybody's going to take away from this show and to take care of their children, what is that message?
Vote.
Oh, I'm shocked. I like that.
Vote.
True story.
Vote early, vote on time, vote before time.
And you know what?
Vote.
I'm glad you said that because, Brother Romney, you know, I try to see things from this man's point of view and from his party's point, but there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense with me. Cutting PBS, one of the critical components of education in this country. I learned from Big Bird. I learned from Snuffy. But, you know, he's talking about cutting that, so I wouldn't be surprised if he had it in his budget to cut programs like this. I can't speak to fact that he would cut this, but he was talking some reckless stuff, and this might be a chopping block program for him. So, you know what? Vote accordingly. Do your research, though, and see what the man has on his agenda. But if he's going to attack a program like this, then he can't be president. Okay, so yes, I love that. Thank you very much.
Again, vote down the line. Don't just vote for Barack and just leave. Vote for it down the line.
True story.
Okay,
vote for the future.
We need a house,
our children.
Congress. Everybody, definitely.
And Miss Pegues, anything to add?
Well, gee, DaVinci just threw me off guard.
For real.
I mean, we could do a whole session on just voting. I'm just appalled at the behavior of the Republican Party. I don't know if they were behind this voter fraud thing. There's been, I think, like 8 cases of voter fraud out of millions of people who had voted. And I just think that there's just an attack against our system and against our women. And there's so much at stake. The Supreme Court the Supreme Court can become an ultra-conservative court, and then we won't have Planned Parenthood.
True.
A woman would lose her right to choice.
And I'm quite sure those reproductive the reproductive services
will be
in
discontinued.
the school-based centers, would be gone.
And I shudder to think of what that really means when people say they want their country back.
True
Where
story.
did their country go? Where did their country go? But anyway, I want to get back to school-based health services. I want you to know that we're here. We love our community. We love our kids. We want to keep our kids to be the healthiest and brightest kids that we know that they can be. And our kids are dear to us, and we're there, and we hope to be there for a long time to come.
All
and
right.
Thank you for having us.
And I hope you're there for a long time to come too, and that you also come back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Pegues. Thank you very much, Mr. Azor.
Thank you.
And we look forward to having you again. And actually, can you tell us your name? I'm sorry to put you on blast, but you are here for moral support, and we appreciate that. So you want to...
Hi, Dee Dee and Dee Dee Walkbar.
All right. Thank you for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be back next year, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Health in Harlem on Whcr. The voice of Harlem. This show is dedicated to the memory of Miss Gloria Thomas. Harlem, take care of yourself.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Rise up in spite. Don't be shy. With love in your arms, you got to be conscious. You got to be righteous. Can't you see the sign of the time we're living in? Got to use it, yeah. Every day. It's what we need today. Oh, you got to use it, yeah. Every day. It's what we need today. Yeah. Wisdom and knowledge will guide you through. Don't you be the devil too. No, you can't guide a people without a vision. You shall surely go astray. Every day, that's what we need today. Oh, you got to use it, yeah. Every day, that's what we need today. Yeah. Oh, wisdom.
Bible can teach you wisdom. Whether you wife or you dumb, an elder can teach you wisdom. Whether you're old or you're young, oh wisdom, oh wisdom, oh wisdom. Only a fool trust in his own eye and disregard correction. You got to be humble, free from anger, and your days shall be low. You gotta use every day. It's what we need today. You gotta use it, yeah. Every day. It's what we need today. Whoa. Oh, wisdom. Whoa. All right now. Oh, wisdom. Hey.
Fellow citizens of Africa, I greet you in the name of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League of the World. As you are aware, the world in which we live today is divided into separate race groups and distinct nationalities. Each race and each nationality is endeavoring to work out its own destiny to the exclusion of other races and other nationalities. We hear the cry of England for the Englishman, of France for the Frenchman, of Germany for the German, of Ireland for the Irish, of Palestine for the Jew, of Japan for the Japanese, of China for the Chinese. We of the Universal Negro Improvement Association are raising the cry of Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. The great problem of the Negro for the last 500 years has been that of disunity. No one or no organization ever succeeded in uniting the Negro race.
You can shackle the hands of men, you can shackle the feet of men, you can imprison the bodies of men, but you cannot shackle or imprison the minds of men. Turn them down, turn them down. Words from Marcus Messiah Gabby. Words, sound and power. They do not know what we are capable of. They do not know what we are thinking. They're thinking in terms of dreadnoughts, battleships, aeroplanes, submarines. You know what we're thinking about? That is our own private business. Turn them down. Turn them down. Words from Marcus Messiah Gabby. Words, sound and power. Black men of Carthage, black men of Ethiopia, Timbuktu, Alexandria gave the light of civilization to this world. Ethiopia shall stretch forth her hands unto God, and princes shall come out of Egypt. Because classes, nations, races have been quite for over 4 centuries, who have merely borne abuse, insult, humiliation, whose forbearance can only be compared to the prophet Job, as likewise lifted his bowed head and raised it up to God's skies and cried out, I am a man, and demand a man's chance and a man's treatment in this world. But I shall teach the black man, I shall teach the black man to see beauty in his own kind and stop bleaching his skin and otherwise looking like what he's not. African freedom, African freedom. Chant them down, chant them down. God made man Lord of his creation, gave him possession and ownership of the world. And you have been part in it. I don't have to apologize to anybody for being black because God Almighty knew exactly what He was doing when He made me black. If black people knew their glorious past, then they would be more inclined to respect themselves. Yes, you heard of Johnny Walker Red and black. Well, he had his adversities, but he's still going strong. Well, I intend with your help and God's grace to continue, because my work has only just begun. And future generations shall have in their hands the guide by which they shall know the sins of the 20th century. I know, and I know you too believe in time, but we shall wait patiently for 200 years if need be to face our enemies through our posterity. When my enemies are satisfied, in life I shall come back, or in death even to serve you as I served before. In life I shall be the same, in death I shall be a terror to the foe.
Teach them, Gavi, teach them. Tell them, Gavi, tell them. Want them, Gavi, want them. Chant them down. Chant them down. Gavi, Mosiah, Gavi.
If death has power, then count on me to be the real Marcus Garvey I would like to be. If I may come in an earthquake or a plague or a pestilence, or as God would have me, then be assured that I shall never desert you and make your enemies triumph over you. Will I not go to hell a million times for you? If I die in Atlanta, my work will only just then begin. For I shall live in the physical or the spiritual to see the day of Africa's glory. When I am dead, wrap the mantle of the red, the black and the green around me. For in the new life I shall rise up first with God's grace and blessings to lead the millions of the heights and the triumph that you well know. Look for me in a world when there is storm. Look for me all around you. For with God's grace I shall come back with countless millions of black men and women who have died in America, those who have died in the West Indies, and those who have died in Africa to aid you in the fight for liberty, freedom, and life.
African freedom, African freedom and liberty. Chant them down, chant them down. Gavi, Gavi, Mosiah, Gavi. Chant them down, 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 down.
Our great scholars having passed through the colleges, the universities, have thrown away the blessed record. Babylon did it. Assyria did it. France under Napoleon did it. Germany under Prince von Bismarck did it. England under America under George Washington did it. Africa with 400 million black people can do it. If you cannot do it, if you are not prepared to do it, then you will die. You race of cowards, you race of imbeciles, you race of good for nothing. If you cannot do what other men have done, what other nations have done, what other races have done, then you had better die.
Teach them, Gavi, teach them. Want them, Gavi, want them. Tell them, Gavi, tell them.
whiteys, our physical, natural enemies, asexual orientation, the religious affiliation, the prolonging, poised with promiscuity, or one's gender is not a concern, as
enough is enough, enough is enough. We're looting for a cause, just because that old Babylon cause. We're bonding for revolution.
the revolution will not focus on landlords against land leases, lessors, management or union heads against the unrepresented workers, or an upsurgous gang or clan attacks. No, not the haves against the have-nots, the unemployable, the undereducated, malnourished, unwanted, against whom a system plotted. No, but a revolution destined on the script of black survival will take place. Not mothers against daughters, nor sons against the entire family. First, second, or third, the class system won't come up. But a revolution is a must. The boundaries based on the remnants of religious, geopolitical, or educational compliance crumble to the stroke of store-bought whiteouts as insignificant.
We're breaking down the party, facing up to that which divides we, from the Roman Saxon to the Arab doctrines to the Catholics, Catholicos. None can stop we
No marching in the streets, placards, bandanas, slogans, or ideologies draw no attention to a generation's wants, needs, or gap. A revolution without planned bloodshed or the onslaught known as black on black. No propaganda to trivialize the agenda, as the media broadcasts won't know what's up, while this revolution will take place deliberately in all major cities, small villages, and one-man towns. The revolution to free the black man's mind is a must, as the black mind for hundreds of years has been in a captive state, in stagnant negativity, in a mental debt, committing genocidal suicide. The mind needs to be rescued, yet resulting from bloodshed, the action of insurrection, the bloodiness of a revolt for liberation is a must. Jobs will be given, undertaken, apartments, shelters, jails, tours, cars to the corner shops on fire. Yes, promises given and rejected, as his story told. A bloody, wretched past. Leaders voted in and leaders' lies taken. Families divided, as some will refuse the charge of this change. Some will find religion. The forked tongues of the cowards will be shouting, we are all one people, oh God, and we have come a long way, you know. And the traitors marching hand in hand within enemies' hands, taunting, we shall overcome, thank God Almighty, we. There will be a new class, negating the spoils of Babylonia's religions and the politics of constitutions. Fighting fighters for a change to affirm black identity. Leaders of this revolution, the revolution that is a must. Revolutions at their cause and effect, to which I am suspect. The expert witnesses, university forums, to the tabloid newscast, are turned in their callous ignorance of the plight of blacks, will be caught drowning in the quicksand of propaganda while we forge a wildfire. The revolution we be fighting with the fire big stick, fire burn down Babylon. We're burning a new groundation, staking a claim of the value of mind and ownership of land. Fire burn down Babylon. The mind bond to a psychological abuse of endangerment needs to look inward, within self, ridding psyche of imperialism, emancipation, busing, urbanization, the urban plight, industrialization, integration, the business of incarceration, the theology of spiritual enslavement, and the internationalization of the almighty dollar. Arm in mind with the revolutionary vision of...
Well, this is a speech to all Jamaicans and the rest of the world, especially for those who have been victimized of their own civil rights and have been badly brutalized by just saying the right thing. I'm now presenting myself to you as a victim of this system of organized crime, which have been supported by a committed set of people whose conscience is piercing wicked. who have lost the feelings of mankind, who have always remained shame. They use us as target. They're licensed to kill and committed legal crime with promises of protection by their so-called constitution, which is the climax of inhuman. Because they have been strongly supported by their ministers, judge, lieutenants, commissioners, lawyers, who have spent years studying how to defend, preserve, and disguise their guilty activity of injustice. They talk about force, Jamaica Defense Force, Jamaica Constabulary Force, which is force of ignorance, pure ignorance. When we speak the truth about our living experience of injustice, they use force to quiet you. They drill to kill to live, because they don't know how to live to live. Then they sing Jamaica land we love. Forget about the people. So now you know that we realize we don't need your protection. You're too inquisitive in our life. We have heart of flesh. We don't need mental lead nor copper to protect us. What we need is not what you have to offer. Our need comes from God. So now we demand your subtraction from our life. Surely we can make it without you. You and your dirty way of living, who are presently cause our children to be suffering the inconvenience of today's transportation disaster. So the educational background can remain inferior, dark and illiterate. Then we become their target. We graduate from school straight into the prison. Prison which we now demand to be diminished. Then we would know who's the real criminal. Yes, away with the prison. Then we would know who's the real criminal.
It's complex, it's very complex. It's complex, it's very complex. Why is it complex? It's just complex. I'm under the pretext upon I was cast the hex. The effects, I write and recite text. Am I blessed or cursed? Wait, before you say yeah or nay, I must say first, it matters not what you say. I'm gonna say what I have to say. If you think I'm arrogant, I'm sorry if it seems that way. I can explain why it does, but it will take all day. It's complex, it's very complex. Why is it complex? It's just complex. Take a life of conflict and strife into context. The effects from being on one's toes. Mo's the type who readily goes wherever, whenever a good wind blows. One seldom knows where one may be next. The context of a life of conflict and strife. It's complex, it's very complex. It's complex, it's very complex. Religion or a complex division. Check the effects they have on man. Divide man into fractions like seas divide the land. And when they mix up with conflicts between Anglicans, Catholics, Evangelists, Baptists and whatever I missed, you can add to this however you choose. Muslims, Jews, upper and lower caste, Hindus. Under politics, add race and class to the mix of Republicans, Democrats, Socialists, Communists and big business too. Can you tell who is who? Or is it too complex? It's complex, it's very complex. It's complex, very complex. Love is my solution because I understand it's complex. So I hold my rage, vex it on the page, otherwise I never get vexed. Vexed at this stage, at my age, please. God is love, and God provide the trees that set my mind at ease so I can flex my mental capabilities. And in times like these, where so many in Africa are still dying from disease, war, starvation, I hear a nation crying. There's no denying, I feel it, so I must reveal it, even though it's very, very, very complex, complex. It's very complex. Complex, complex. It's very
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Welcome to WHCR's Community Calendar, keeping you abreast of events in Harlem and throughout the tri-state area. The following events will take place from October the 21st through October the 25th of 2012. On Sunday, October the 21st at 3:30 p.m., the Second St. John Baptist Church celebrates their 62nd church anniversary with guest pastor Willie Cooper and the Nazarene Baptist Church family of the Bronx. The Second St. John Baptist Church is located at 141 West 118th Street in New York. For more information, call 212-749-4337. On Monday, October the 22nd, from 6:30 to 7:45 p.m., the City College of New York presents author Deborah Davis. Ms. Davis will discuss tips on writing, nonfiction, and her new book, Guest of Honor. This book is about Booker T. Washington, Theodore Roosevelt, and the White House dinner that shocked the nation. This event is free and will be held on the campus of City College, located at 160 Convent Avenue in the Nat Building on the 6th floor, room 316. For more information, call 212-650-6388. On Wednesday, October the 24th at 3 p.m., the Community Providers Network presents the Agency Affair, a tabling event. The Community Health and Social Service agencies will provide brochure and informational material pertaining to healthcare, financial, and benefit assistance. The agency fair will be held on the campus of City College at 160 Convent Avenue in the Nat Ballroom. This event is free and open to the public. For more information, call 212-650-8222. On Thursday, October the 25th, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., the City College of New York presents Yo Soy Latina, a funny and very moving play that challenges a group of diverse Latino women to examine their identity and their connection in the contemporary American landscape. This free event will be held at Aaron Davis Hall, located on the campus of City College at West 135th Street and Convent Avenue. For more information, call 212-650-5100. For other events during the month of October, go to www.whcr.org and click on Calendar. If you have an event to put on WHCR's community calendar, please call 212-650-7481 and leave a message with the number and a date of your event. This is Lillian George for WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem.
If you know the symptoms and get the facts, you'll know the signs of a heart attack. Women, listen to me, and when I'm done, if it sounds familiar, call 911.
Pain in your neck, chest,
arms or jaw,
shortness of breath.
Please tell us more. Cold sweats and nausea, tiredness.
It's time to take it
serious. Back pain, stomach pain, shortness of breath. Cold sweats, nausea, dizziness. If you know the symptoms and heed the signs, you'll be around for a long, long time. Women, listen to me, and when I'm done, if any sound familiar, call 911.
Learn a song that could save your life. Get a free download at womenshealth.gov/heartattack.
Women, listen to me, and when I'm done, if any sound familiar, call 911. If any sound familiar, call 911.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
911. If you know the symptoms and get the facts, you'll know the signs of a heart attack. Women, listen to me, and when I'm done, if it sounds familiar, call 911.
Pain in your neck, chest,
arms or jaw,
shortness of breath.
Please tell us more. Cold sweats and nausea, tiredness.
It's time to take it
serious. Back pain, stomach pain, shortness of breath. Cold sweats, nausea, dizziness. If you know the symptoms and heed the signs, you'll be around for a long, long time. Women, listen to me, and when I'm done, if any sound familiar, call 911.
Learn a song that could save your life. Get a free download at womenshealth.gov/heartattack.
Women, listen to me, and when I'm done, if any sound familiar, call 911. If any sound familiar, call 911.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
911.
Are you a singer, a musician, or a producer? Are you looking to record a demo, a song, or an entire album? This is Angela Harden, General Manager of WHCR 90.3 FM, and I'm excited to tell you that you no longer have to travel all the way downtown to record your project. WHCR offers a state-of-the-art recording studio with an experienced engineer. Our studio is affordably priced and conveniently located in the heart of Harlem, right here on the campus of City College. For rates and information, please call 212-650-7147. That's 212-650-7147. Harlem has its own radio station and its own recording studio.
Hi, this is Sister Virginia Cotton, and I'll take you to that place every Tuesday morning from 6 to 10 in the a.m. on the Gospel Legends program. We'll lift the Savior and take a trip down memory lane. How far back will I go? Tune in on Tuesday morning, WHCR 90.3 FM from 6 to 10 in the a.m. And don't forget the website. That's the 3Ws.WHCR.org. I'm so excited.
The World Evangelical Deliverance Church Incorporated presents the 53rd anniversary of Reverend Dr. Ruth Singletary on Saturday, November the 10th, 2012. Doors open at 2. Program starts at 3 at the New Covenant Temple of United Holy Church of America, 1805 Amsterdam Avenue, a corner of 149th Street in New York City. From Mississippi, it will be the Jackson Southerners. From Mississippi, the 5 Blind Boys. The Timothy Wright Memorial Choir.
Whatever we try, God will, take care of it.
The Gospel Slide Minister, Brother Derek Smith. The legendary Roscoe Robinson, former of the Blind Boys of Mississippi and Alabama. Little Sammy and the Mighty Flying Clouds. Deacon Williams and the Soul Converters. The Peoples Brothers. Eddie and the Joy Wonders. The Sunset Jubilees. The Fantastic Solinaires. Brother Lenny Stewart Jr. Your MC, Sister Liz Black, Sister Virginia Cotton, and Dalton Anderson. Is all happening on Saturday, November the 10th at the New Covenant Temple of United Holy Church of America, 1805 Amsterdam Avenue, a corner of 149th Street in New York. No tickets at the door. No tickets at the door. For information, you can call 347-346-8365. That's 347-346-8365. Dr. Ruth Singletary's 53rd anniversary featuring the Jackson Southerners. Saturday, November the 10th. Saturday, November the 10th. For more information, 347-346-8365. This is Dalton Anderson. I'll see you there.
Are you a singer, a musician, or a producer? Are you looking to record a demo, a song, or an entire album? This is Angela Harden, General Manager of WHCR 90.3 FM, and I'm excited to tell you that you no longer have to travel all the way downtown to record your project. WHCR offers a state-of-the-art recording studio with an experienced engineer. Our studio is affordably priced and conveniently located in the heart of Harlem, right here on the campus of City College. For rates and information, please call 212-650-7147. That's 212-650-7147. Harlem has its own radio station and its own recording studio.
How I do them youth, man? Why you could have talked to them to the drop? Skylocking, brand new style, remix, wicked and wild, yeah. Yo, always leaning on the corner like the corner got dropped. So you're always in a confrontation with the cops. Come off on the street with your one bag of chat. Oh, you're bad man, this and you're bad man, that my youth. Get a job or go open a shop. Capture piece of land and go farm some crop. Overall, I one question me want ask. When this madness gonna stop? If every man a got turn up on the roadside and bust it, who go grow the food where fi go in a me dutchie? Me sensing me, ya fi go in a me coaching. How them look who you tell move so coffee? Yo, if every man a got turn up on the roadside and bust it, who go grow the food where fi go in a me dutchie? The sensing me, ya fi go in a me coaching. How them get how you tell move so smoothie? Me see them on the corner all of the time. From 6 to 6, me see them from 9 to 9. Refuse to get a word, but them quick fi rob you blind. For your granny, for your nanny, for your bills, for your coin. But the Rasta man warning, the ghetto youth fi start some farming. So you not have to linger. As a man pass, you push out your finger. If every man a got turn up on the roadside and bust it, who go grow the food where fi go in a me dutchie? Me sensing me, ya fi go in a
90.3 FM, New York.
Yes, this one named to the youths on the corner. Rockalax in fine style here in the house with me tonight. So Rocker, may I say that new album, where is a new album?
It new enough. It's most recent.
Most recent.
Yeah, cause the album, it's the most recent. Cause it's I've sold a few units already and repress and things. So yeah, most recent.
So yeah, tell me how do you say they are yard with the and thing, you know?
We just come from Jamaica. Just go down and go do a show with Luton Fire and Lime Memory them and thing. And nice little Rasta show. Peter Touch birthday, Empress Isis, big up yourself, Isis. Yeah, and things. So it was a wonderful experience. Jamaica, they on fire. They step in a Babylon Ragalax.
Yes. Right. Natty Dread Production Association with
Artists for Artists. That's my company in that video.
Entertainment.
Yeah, Artists for Artists Entertainment. Yeah.
So you have a live thing coming up.
Yeah, this Sunday night in Shrine. That's 2271 Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard up here in Harlem. Ragalax live with them live band, Royal Ragamuffins. First time, we stepping out,
Yes.
So the Royal Ragamuffins and Ragalax, will be in Shrine World Music Venue. That's 2271 Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard, right here in Harlem. All the massive and crew just come out. You don't know, say a long time Ragalax has shown them nothing but love with the chocolates and roses.
That's Sunday night coming, right? This Sunday night
coming. This Sunday night, October 28th.
10 p.m. See, Shrine is right here now. A night club.
Yeah.
Right in the neighborhood, so for
nice
those listening, live in the neighborhood, they don't have to go too far. But take a drive out and come check it out.
Live music. Also have Aria and Lion Melter,
Yeah, Aria, tell me about Aria now.
Aria is, Aria, I've just heard of Aria. She's coming in to do some appearances in and around the area, and she asked to be on the bill. And we say, watch a reggae music from Jamaica and thing, and so I'll be surprised myself too. So also Lion Melter is a very hardworking artist from in and around the area. So big up yourself, Lion Melter. He has a new song with Ghost also, so he'll be doing a little bit of opening for me too also.
So definitely now, for the past, maybe about 10 years ago or so, we played a tune named Chocolate Roses.
Chocolates and a bunch of roses. We can't live out the Empress, them. I love them to my heart.
Yes.
We don't stop.
Susie, I know you're sorry not, because I know you love that tune.
Yes, Susie. And big up the item, because the item was instrumental in making that tune very popular around the area.
Yeah, man, nice music. We still play that tune, let's
Give thanks for
that's
Rasta.
still a rotation. I'm love rock rotation, kind of big time music and things. So we really want to ask you, other music how to go? I mean, all the reception.
Well, I want to tell you that today it is still one of my biggest songs. I mean, everywhere I go, I still have to perform it. It's for music is funny, when you get songs like those.
Yes.
They really stand out in your career, and if you don't embrace them, it's like you forget a whole part of your whole makeup, and that tune is very instrumental. And sometimes I said, John, I'm tired for singing that song, but I can't stop singing. Remember a man tell me one time, say, yo, that song that fit on every album.
Every album. I tune, man. I'm wicked tune, man. I wicked music, but it have that flavor.
WHCR
it's funny when I make that song,
FM,
it was to
New
just
York.
give a song to the ladies, to say thank you for being mothers and independent and strong and being a woman who don't have to, be derogatory in order to get across, just be a woman and thing. And it really, the ladies really gravitate to it, and I really appreciate love.
Yeah, you have some music, man. You write it and sing it, and it just stand out away.
Exactly.
In the way you go, people know you buy that music.
That's one of them, sir. That's one of them.
So this Sunday night at Shrine live.
Well,
it's a live music series. It sounds like you appeared there more than one time.
I've been there before. Yes, it's the second time I've been there, and the first time was excellent. Yes. I mean, it was like, I want to tell you something. As I was we are going now on Bounty Killer thing. As I was speaking to you off the air, that I took some time and really set my career in a different angle to really go forward, and that was one of the experiences that let me know that Raga, this is where we're going. I say in terms of like live music, and it's very difficult to maintain. I tell you, but it's worth it. So that's where we're at.
We made them listen to music and we'll come forward. We give them
this
some
one is
information.
entitled Stepper in a Babylon. And some people have called me now, Stepper in a Babylon, yeah?
Yeah, you have to explain that when we come forward.
All right, sir. Listen to the
Ragalax.
Self-reliance is the way. Boy, Rastafari, stepper in a Babylon. Rasta them pepper in a Babylon. Rasta man a go get her in a Babylon. Fi withstand them your pressure in a Babylon. Cut we a cut and a go through. You don't know me, and me don't know you. But we have to coexist as one. We have to set a plan, have to set a foundation for the next generation. You don't know me further than the works. You don't join me for dinner, me not join you for church. But you want to tell me how to dress and wear me pants and wear me shirt. Now you fire me, cause me tell you your blood transfer. Step in a Babylon. Rasta them pepper in a Babylon. Rasta wanna go get her in a Babylon. Me withstand them a pressure in a Babylon. Whoa, get a youth man, you must understand. No one gives nothing to the Rasta man. Marcus Garvey says self-reliance, and that is what the Rasta man rely on. No one gives the Rasta man them a thing. Rasta man have to try some hustling, some farming or some farmer juggling, or pick up a microphone and go sing. We a stepper in a Babylon. Rasta them pepper in a Babylon. Rasta man a go get her in a Babylon. Fi maintain them a pressure in a Babylon. Don't the Babylon stand down and give back the Rasta man him righteous crown. From your inner powers the place get run down. To you know how fi communicate just boom down. Africa awaits our daughters and sons. Where you kidnap and have them a waste and ransom. Every day you kill another at random. Who no dead from disease, you kill from long gun. Teach them about sex but not about condom. So them acquire the immune deficiency syndrome. The harder them fall, the harder them come. Babylon you can't wear Rasta and dung. Hey. Cause we a stepper in a Babylon. Rasta them pepper in a Babylon. Rasta man a go get her in a Babylon. Fi maintain them a pressure in a Babylon. Rastafari been treading the face of the earth since creation. We trod through the valley of the shadow of death and we fear no evil. I listen Lassie has always protect his people. The Gideon red, the Gideon dread, but I and I not fear. From that time until this time, Rastafari has always been here. Oh,
Yes, step in a Babylon. So this Sunday night at Shrines.
Yes,
Sunday
sir.
28th.
Yes, sir.
Like Ragalax will be there. You're featuring Ragalax right now. Saying? So come on out and have a wonderful time this Sunday night. The man have a run.
Yeah, we have a go area, sir. I just want the people to know it's all about www.ragalax.com. That's 2 G's 1 X, www.raggalox.com. And if you have an iPhone, you can get Ragalax app at your iPhone Apple iTunes store. Just put Raga space Lax, same way Ragga space Lax, and you get your Ragalax iPhone app. And tell a friend, just send me a link on Facebook from the site, because we have a couple of Facebook pages, but one of them full. But the one from the site, you can get straight to me and send a friend request. So just send me a request from the site, Raggalax.com. You get the radio on the site, iTunes Radio Raggalax, and you get the Raggalax radio at the iTunes and things. So there's many more. So just send us some love, brethren. Buy it, tune them on iTunes, Amazon, you see the baby. You understand? Support the artists. You don't know all years we are showing the love. New York, Whcr, and years Uno show we love.
True.
So just come out this Sunday night, and we have you're gonna get some great reggae music at the Sunday reggae series, right?
Yes,
the live music series. And this Sunday is featuring I Ragalax, and you're also gonna have Lion Melter and Aria.
I'm looking forward to meet Aria. So,
yeah.
Natty Dread who don't like speak on the mic, thanks for coming. All right.
And big up Natty Dread Promotions, so this is all
time.
part here by Natty Dread Promotions,
Every time.
and Artists for Artists Entertainment. Bless up Uncle Vinny.
Yes, brother.
It's been years,
Yeah,
brethren,
man,
and I'm going to come give a real interview because I have so much to talk to you
Yeah,
about.
yeah, come,
I don't even think we talk about Africa yet.
No, we're not talking about Africa.
Boys, Jano, big up on the star, because you don't know where I come from. So last you know. Big up New York, Rastafari. This Sunday night.
Man.
All right.
And the ghetto youth them want money in a hand. I know say the ghetto youth man want fit on
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Them want education. The ghetto youth them want a chance like everyone. I know say the ghetto youth man want to steal and rob, but I just through them can't get no job. A ghetto youth man get a chance to be a celebrity. No have no education, people no stop take liberty. Him sign off him life in a contract is smaddy. Oh my Lord, my God, what a pity. A good education is a glorious opportunity. When you get the chance from your head to capacity, learn to read and write, that is I and I philosophy. Cause Babylon and provide no facility. The youth them want house and land. The ghetto youth them want money in a hand. I know say the ghetto youth man want fit turn bad man, but I just through the situation. The ghetto youth them want education. The ghetto youth them want a chance like everyone. I know say the ghetto youth man want to steal and rob, but I just through them can't get no job. Yo, what does the system have to offer to the ghetto youth man when no one fit on rapper? Ghetto youth man go a school, study for a doctor, study for lawyer and for contractor. But when him come out a road, him only flip burger. In a this ya system, them things is unheard of. Them ya ghetto youth ya prefer commit murder, or broke people house and go turn burglar. Them want house and land. The ghetto youth them want money in a hand. I know say the ghetto youth man want fit turn bad man, but I just through the situation. The ghetto youth them want education. The ghetto youth them want a chance like everyone. Rastafari. Yeah. I was lost at first. Yeah. That's over the nation, my love. Solid as a rock, rich and spice Ragalax. And I'm some love flowing coming from the castle of my heart. That's what it a come from. The castle of my heart. my good people never part out now. Yes. Coming from the castle of my heart. That's how it comes. The castle of my heart. Me and the good people never part out now. Well, this year, love you natural like the water from the spring, like a whip from me spliffing at the early morning. This year, love wake me up and make the Rasta want sing. So me know this love was ordained by the King Rock Solid. This your love you can't dismantle. This your love on a square, neither rectangle. More like a million a ganda love your sample to the world. This is an example. Some love flowing so high, coming from the castle of my heart. The castle of my heart. Me and my good people never part out now. Up there, up there, up there. Coming from the castle of my heart. The castle of my heart. Me and the good people never part. The useless and not sell. No extra. I beg them send nobody shoot them out. No send for woy, and I come take them out. Or else I got to sing my song and burn them out. Yes, you know I got to chant my song and break them up. Righteousness and justice, that's what we're all about. Yeah. There's a love flowing high. Up there. Coming from the castle of my heart. The castle of my heart. Castle of my heart, yeah. And the good people never part. No, love flowing high. Coming from the castle of my heart. The castle of my heart. I tell you, me and the good people never part. Bitch, tell you, them challenge through this world, yeah, without recompense. Work 7 days a week and no get a red cent. Brainwash education, all them a say no make no sense. Well, the love from the castle and me heart conquer them. Cause them hard for rest the events, yeah. Love flowing high, coming from the castle of my heart. That's how it come. The castle of my heart. I tell you, me and the good people never part. No, love flowing high. It's coming from the castle of my heart. That's how it come. The castle of my heart. Me and the good people never part. No. What I would like to see is unity. Unity. No more guns, no more bombs. No trust, no love to humanity, Lord. Hey. No more war and strife, no more guns and knife. No more racism, no more apartheid. What we want now, everyone to unite. Burn out wrong and promote right. Make the ghetto youth them open up them sight. And Babylon to give the youth them a better life. The youth them want burn out the whole heap of hype. The whole heap of strife. The whole heap of fight. Oh yeah. Love flowing high. Up there. Coming from the castle of my heart. That's what it come from. The castle of my heart. I tell you that me and the good people never part. No. Love flowing high. So high. Coming from the castle of my heart. Up there. Castle of my heart. Yeah.
There's only day. Look into the book of life and you will see that there's a land far, far away. That there's a land far, far away. The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords sit upon his throne and he rules us all. Look into the book of life and you will see that he rules us all. That he rules us all.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Welcome to WHCR's Community Calendar, keeping you abreast of events in Harlem and throughout the tri-state area. The following events will take place from October the 21st through October the 25th of 2012. On Sunday, October the 21st at 3:30 p.m., the Second St. John Baptist Church celebrates their 62nd church anniversary with guest pastor Willie Cooper and the Nazarene Baptist Church family of the Bronx. The Second St. John Baptist Church is located at 141 West 118th Street in New York. For more information, call 212-749-4337. On Monday, October the 22nd, from 6:30 to 7:45 p.m., the City College of New York presents author Deborah Davis. Ms. Davis will discuss tips on writing, nonfiction, and her new book, Guest of Honor. This book is about Booker T. Washington, Theodore Roosevelt, and the White House dinner that shocked the nation. This event is free and will be held on the campus of City College, located at 160 Convent Avenue in the Nat Building on the 6th floor, room 316. For more information, call 212-650-6388. On Wednesday, October the 24th at 3 p.m., the Community Providers Network presents the Agency Affair, a tabling event. The Community Health and Social Service agencies will provide brochure and informational material pertaining to healthcare, financial, and benefit assistance. The agency fair will be held on the campus of City College at 160 Convent Avenue in the Nat Ballroom. This event is free and open to the public. For more information, call 212-650-8222. On Thursday, October the 25th, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., the City College of New York presents Yo Soy Latina, a funny and very moving play that challenges a group of diverse Latina women to examine their identity and their connection in the contemporary American landscape. This free event will be held at Aaron Davis Hall, located on the campus of City College at West 135th Street and Convent Avenue. For more information, call 212-650-5100. For other events during the month of October, go to www.whcr.org and click on Calendar. If you have an event to put on WHCR's community calendar, please call 212-650-7481 and leave a message with the number and a date of your event. This is Lillian George for WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem.
Each year, 650,000 individuals are released from jails and prisons across America. There's a 67% chance that they'll be incarcerated again within 3 years. While this is a big problem, there's an even bigger solution: education. Education is the most effective response to crime, and College Initiative works to make college a realistic goal for formerly incarcerated New Yorkers. College Initiative works to help formerly incarcerated individuals to become stabilizing forces in their communities and advocates towards working for a safer New York. For more information, visit www.collegeinitiative.org.
With today's unpredictable economy, it's become quite strenuous for millions of jobless Americans to keep their heads above water. Yet as strenuous as it is for the average American, what about the formerly incarcerated American? Well, this is just how strenuous it can be. Recent national surveys indicate that the unemployment rate among the formerly incarcerated 1 year after release may be as high as 60%. However, fortunately, there's Fortune Society. For nearly half a century, the Fortune Society has proudly assisted formerly incarcerated men and women in the New York City area. The Fortune Society's initiatives include housing, education, employment, and substance abuse treatment, which have reinvigorated the lives of many. If you or a loved one have recently been released from prison and are actively seeking to fully reintegrate into society, visit fortunesociety.com for more information.
Are you a singer, a musician, or a producer? Are you looking to record a demo, a song, or an entire album? This is Angela Harden, General Manager of WHCR 90.3 FM, and I'm excited to tell you that you no longer have to travel all the way downtown to record your project. WHCR offers a state-of-the-art recording studio with an experienced engineer. Our studio is affordably priced and conveniently located in the heart of Harlem, right here on the campus of City College. For rates and information, please call 212-650-7147. That's 212-650-7147. Harlem has its own radio station and its own recording studio.
If you or someone you know is receiving federal benefits from Social Security, Veterans Affairs, Railroad Retirement Board, Office of Personnel Management, or the Department of Labor, this message is for you. The Treasury Department is phasing out paper check payments and requiring federal benefit recipients to get their money electronically. You can choose to get your payments by direct deposit to a bank, credit union, or to a Direct Express debit MasterCard account. The deadline to switch is March 1st, 2013. If you do not choose a bank or credit union for your direct deposit, your funds will automatically go onto a Direct Express debit MasterCard. If you are already receiving your federal benefit payments by direct deposit, this change will not affect you. For more information, contact your local Social Security Administration office or call 1-800-333-1795. That's 1-800-333-1795.
Greetings. This is Honey from Harlem 411. Tune in to Harlem 411 Friday nights at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for information on health, education, housing, community events, and more. Harlem 411 serves information to you with the opportunity to call in with your questions. Harlem 411, produced to serve the community's needs. Let us serve you with information. Friday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Harlem 411.
The World Evangelical Deliverance Church Incorporated presents the 53rd anniversary of Reverend Dr. Ruth Singletary on Saturday, November the 10th, 2012. Doors open at 2. Program starts at 3 at the New Covenant Temple of United Holy Church of America, 1805 Amsterdam Avenue, a corner of 149th Street in New York City. From Mississippi, it will be the Jackson Southerners.